Yo, what's going on, guys? Hope you had a fantastic day in the markets today. I do apologize, a little later video, but I had my office was out of commission, had a little late birthday present being made in here, so I was not allowed in my office to create a video, so wanted to at least make something and put something out for you guys. So, obviously a very choppy day, right? And then we obviously kind of slow grinded up there, and especially like around that last hour. The biggest thing that I'm taking away from today is obviously we took out. Remember, we came into today and our targets were Friday's highs right here up at that 1741 level, and then our next target was Wednesday's highs, pushing back up into that weekly fair value gap, right? And then we ended up taking out Wednesday's highs as well. So to continue to be bullish, I need to see strong displacement up over this high because with liquidity and whatnot, we could just take this high and then retrace a little bit, and then remember we do have weekly fair value gaps below that need filled, so we just have to be careful still. But if you remember, we came into today. I said like as long as obviously we were delivering off this 4 hour order block here from last week, or I'm sorry, from this morning. So we hit this 4 hour order block. You see how this held price nicely, and then the same thing with this hourly order block as well. As soon as this candle closed over here, you see how price was respected very nicely on any dips. We didn't even come down and refill this hourly fair value gap, which we thought we might get on this candle here earlier this morning. We thought we might come down here. We never did. But remember what I said. I mean, this was 50%, right? So if we go from here up to here, we knew we had hit 50%. If we knew if we were going to be bearish, we were going to come down, take this low, and when we take a low after hitting like 50% back up, because we hit 50% back up, right, as well. But we hit 50% down. We held this hourly fair value gap very nicely. You see how price respected it very nicely, and then we hit 50%. As soon as we bounce from here, and then we get this kind of candle, this tells us, oh, we're going to be bullish here, and we're going to continue back up because all we came back for was a little 50% retracement. Keep the algorithms rolling along, and then we continue back higher. That's why it's so important to know where you are, because you remember you don't want to be shorting here. If we take this low, after going back up, up 50% and then back down, then we know we're to take this low and then go lower. But the fact we did not take this low and we just bounced from here, obviously a very bullish sign that price wanted to continue higher. So we hit both of our targets today. Going into tomorrow, I'm going to be watching. Let's go to NQ here, and NQ's continuous chart. So the big thing here is obviously we're still in this weekly fair value gap, right? And then we're looking to hit the middle of it here. Try to draw it a little more precise here. So about 17,089 or so. You see how we hit the CE of it today, actually, right? We hit CE of it, and then we kind of rejected. That's a big sign. Not really a big sign, but it's something you don't want to see if you're bullish. But if we keep pushing back over it tomorrow and into the afternoon tomorrow, expect price to inverse this. If we inverse this weekly, I mean there's nothing really stopping us from going up to 17,700, which will be our all-time highs. I do think it's like 17,700 exactly on the nose would be all-time highs. So just watching to see if we inverse this weekly. But like I just showed you guys, though, we have weekly fair value gaps forming here now and here, so we could, pull something like this and then go up to all-time highs. But I do think we are headed up to all-time highs eventually here. Other than that, really nothing else. Just showed you 50%. Showed you how everything came back. Hit 50% today, and then obviously we kept on going. So remember, we could get some kind of 50% retracement back down tonight here, and maybe we come back test this hourly fair value gap, because this would be our 50% retracement from this down candle up to here. Maybe we tap into this hourly tonight. You see, we're kind of drawing towards it already. It's only about 10 points down or so, hit this, and then we'll go higher. If we inverse this, then we're looking back down at 1737, and we might come back down to this hourly fair value gap, and then see what price does from there. Let's check our 4-hour chart. Be interesting to see how this 4 hour candle closes here. We might get a 4-hour fair value gap that forms here. If we do, then obviously you want to see that inverse if you're bearish. If we form it here and we hold it and we go back up, then obviously we're going to be bullish going into tomorrow. So that's going to be the bias going into tomorrow. And the biggest thing, like I said, we have now since this candle closed over here, this is now a daily order block. So price could come back down here, test the top of this, this body of this daily OB, and then take us back higher. It's absolutely something that could happen. Just remember, it is Christmas week, New Year's week. I mean, price action is going to be very, very slow. We've seen that today. So just be careful out there. So that's NQ. ES, our targets were 48.21. You remember Wednesday's high, and then taking today's high. Obviously, took out uh, Friday's high and Wednesday's high up to 48.30. We're still looking for it to push up to. Let's pull this out here. We're still looking for it to push up to that 48.40 level, which would be this weekly high. Well, it's 48.60, and then there's a daily high over here at 48.40 up here. That would be a level for liquidity to be sitting at, but. So that's our next levels here on ES, but basically going to be the same thing here for ES. See if we form a 4-hour fair value gap here. Got a mess here. And clean this up a little bit for you guys. But yeah, you see how this 4-hour was respected. Told us, okay, as long as this holds, we can at least expect these highs. If we keep pushing over this high, which we did with this candle, we're gonna go and take this candle, and take Wednesday's high, which is exactly what ES did today. Other than that, yeah, I mean, basically the same thing. Let's see if we got a 50% retracement. So this would have been your 50% retracement. We did not get it, and this is a great example to show you how. Remember how NQ did, right? NQ. This was your 50% from here to here. This hit 50%, hit this hourly fair value gap, filled in the blanks, and then went back higher. Remember, ES did not. That's why it's important to watch both, because as long as one does, the other one does not. So really, no fair value gaps to really be watching on ES tonight. So I'm going to keep my eye on NQ to kind of give me an idea where ES might be headed. This would be a good spot to watch here. This 4-hour fair value gap. If we start pushing below 48.16, ES might be in trouble down to 48.06, and then obviously would get crazy down here. But I still think we're going to be bullish going into tomorrow. So just keep an eye on both. Other than that, let's see. So ES does have a daily order block as well, sitting right here, 48.18, 48.16 would be the low of that 4-hour fair value gap. So that's going to be your big area to watch. As long as that area holds, tomorrow I'm going into it bullish, looking for today's high 48.34 to be the next area of liquidity to be taken out, and then up to that 48.43 level, and then if we really get crazy, look for that 48.60 level on ES going into tomorrow. So with that, hope you guys had a fantastic day, and we will see you in the morning.